What is fossil fuel? Fossil fuel is a fuel formed by natural processes such as anaerobic decomposition of buried dead organisms containing organic molecules originating in ancient photosynthesis that release energy in composition. Fossil fuels contain high percentages of carbon and include petroleum, coal, and natural gas. Now, what does that sound like to you guys? By just reading this simple definition of what fossil fuel is, what does that sound like to you guys? It's quite simple, isn't it? A bunch of dead bodies hidden beneath the grounds that we stand on. So, you take this definition and you see what fossil fuel is. Now let's go on to what the Nephilims are. The Nephilim are mysterious beings or people mentioned in the Hebrew Bible. They are large and strong. The word Nephilim is loosely translated as giants. Let me say that again. They are large and strong. The word Nephilim is loosely translated as giants in some Bibles, but left untranslated in others. Some traditional Jewish explanations interpret them as fallen angels. The main reference to them is in Genesis. Now, what does it say in Genesis when it comes to these Nephilim? If you read your Bible, then I think you pretty much know what the Nephilim are when it comes to the book of Genesis. It specifically says and states that they are giants. The book of Genesis states that there were giants in those times. Okay? So, where did these giants go? Did they perish? Did they vanish? Did they disappear to some other, world or realm? Where did they go? No one truly knows, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to what blood and oil has relation with. Our blood lipids are just like oil. In order to circulate in the watery blood, these lipids, cholesterol and triglycerides, I don't know how to really pronounce that, but they are packaged along with proteins. These packages are called lipoproteins. The structures are cholesterol and triglycerides. Don't know how to pronounce that either. But anyway, you guys see where I'm getting to, right? You guys see where I'm going. Basically, fossil fuel, the remains or impression of a prehistoric organism preserved in petrified form or as a mold or cast in rock. They call it crude oil. What is crude oil? Crude oil, basically fossil fuel. This is what it looks like. It's really black. So, petroleum. That's what crude oil is. What exactly is crude oil? Crude oil is a naturally occurring, unrefined petroleum product composed of hydrocarbon deposits and other organic materials. A type of fossil fuel, crude oil. can be refined to produce usable products such as gasoline, diesel, and various other forms of petrochemicals. Now, this black stuff right here, this crude oil, where does it come from? Are we just going to say, hey, you know what? We don't know. It's just oil. And a bunch of countries like to fight over it. You know, every country likes to fight over this oil. So, what is this? Well, I just read it to you. What it's for, what it could be used for, what it could benefit when it comes to engineering and all types of vehicles and whatnot, whatever they have to run in this government. But this crude oil, what is it really? Now, when you look at our blood, the human blood, we naturally have oil in our blood. Cholesterol is a waxy, fat-like substance that is found in the tissue of humans and other animals. It plays important roles in the body. Our liver produces all the cholesterol that we need for these important functions. We also get cholesterol from the animal foods we eat, such as meats, poultry, eggs, and dairy products. High blood cholesterol levels can contribute to atherosclerosis, or clogging of the arteries. So, too much fat is not good for the blood. Now, when you look at this blood and you see that our blood consists of oil, can you imagine how much oil is in the blood of a Nephilim? Can you imagine that? Our blood is one thing, but when you look at the blood of a Nephilim and how they're everywhere, they are within the mountains and rocks and whatever you could find proof within these structures, you begin to realize that, okay, there's got to be some beneath our feet. And when you realize that they are beneath our feet and most likely perished or dead, their blood exited their body. When their blood is no longer a part of their body, where does their blood go? Beneath the earth, under the ground. Where do we find this oil? Where do we find this black crude oil? Have you seen the movie Crudes? The Crudes? Coincidence? I think not. The Crudes. A bunch of cavemen or cave family? I think not. I think the production companies know exactly what they're doing and what they're trying to portray. The fact is, this crude oil is directly and in fact coming from the body of the Nephilims. That's right. And it holds a specific type of energy. It holds a specific type of power. I mean, obviously, you can see it in our vehicles. You can see it in our daily life. The engineering that man has produced with this crude oil. I mean, you wonder why they fight over it, right? So, that's what I really wanted to talk about. I didn't want to drag this conversation on too long, but I just really had to let this out. So I hope you guys find some truth in this. If you find that I was wrong or that I'm crazy, go ahead and prove me wrong and put it in the comment section. I'll be definitely looking forward to read your comments, and hopefully this could be debunked. But if not, then let's move on, right? On to the next thing. Anyways, that's about it. And I didn't want to keep this too long. You guys be safe. And have a good one.